Welcome to the Jurupa Unified School District Board of Education meeting for Monday, March 14th. And we will begin with roll call, please. Here.
Here. Here.
Here. Here. Medina. Here. Here.
Thank you. And Mr. Mendez, would you do our flag salute for us, please?
Yes, I will. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And tonight, I have the inspirational message, and this is taken from Tony Danza, who you wouldn't think would have much to say about education, but he did teach 1 year at a junior high as the English teacher. And he writes, and whether or not the educators who are trying to raise up America's students can actually set and meet higher academic standards, our cultural values make their jobs next to impossible. It's not much easier for pundits and politicians to point fingers and blame the people who are in the trenches every day than it is to get in there with them or even to find out what actually goes on in those trenches. It's so much easier for parents to blame teachers when their kids get in trouble than to do the heavy lifting required at home to keep kids on track. And it's so much easier for us as a nation to cross our fingers and hope that we'll get lucky with the innovative solutions being tested on America's schools today. Than it is for us to roll up our sleeves and invest our time, talent, and money in the schools that are even now, with or without us, shaping our nation's future. We have a couple of items to report out from closed session. Mrs. Elzick?
Yes, thank you. In closed session, the board voted with a 5-0 vote to appoint Michelle Markham as Administrator of Educational Support Services. If you could stand, Michelle. The board also voted in closed session to appoint Michael Rogers as the new Nueva Vista High School principal, replacing Michelle. And in closed session, the board voted with a 5-0 vote to appoint Lindsay Krause as the Coordinator of Special Education. If you'd stand, Lindsay. Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations to all three of you. Next, we'll move into recognition to recognize the site and district teachers of the year. Oh, I'm sorry. We will get to that in just a minute, but I forgot to have the student board members report out. So we'll start with them first.
You go ahead. So, McKenna, would you like to report on Patriot High School?
Good evening, everybody. So all of our winter sports are over with, and Patriot is extremely proud of all of our winter teams. And we're exceptionally proud of our girls basketball team and our girls soccer team for advancing as far into CIF as they did. We're also pleased with our cheer and dance teams for both winning first place at JAMS Nationals this year. All spring sports will begin league next week, and we wish all of our spring teams the best of luck. California Scholarships Federation participated in Read Across America Dr. Seuss Day last week. The club traveled to Camino Real Elementary School and read to the students, did crafts with them, and had lunch with them. It was great for the elementary school kids to connect with our high school students. Any positive interaction that the younger kids have with the high school students leaves an impact in their minds that will carry with them as they go into high school, and it's great for them to have students a part of prestigious clubs such as CSF interact with them. It gives them something to look up to and have an example to follow. ASB held their annual spring blood drive last week through live stream. They received a lot of participation from our student body and were pleased with the number of pints collected. Patriot Choir just finished our celebration choir. Now this is a collaboration with Jurupa Middle School Choir to get the middle school students excited for high school level choir. And just like the Read Across America program, it's good to expose the middle school kids to the high school environment to make their transition to high school a little bit smoother. Winter Guard won first place in their most recent competition and were subsequently moved to a higher division, so we applaud them for that. Concert Band will be performing with Jurupa Valley High School at the district concert held on March 24th, and they're really excited for this collaboration. Wing Crew is hosting their annual Sadie Hawkins dance this Friday in the Patriot Gym, and they have already sold a lot of tickets, so they're looking forward to a night of fun. Patriot High School is participating in a career day to be held on March 24th, and we're going to have over 80 working professionals come to Patriot and speak to our student body and see what might spark their interest to the students who will eventually be a part of the working force. Students will get to pick 3 areas of studies that they're interested in learning more about, and then hear from different professions within that study. So we're really excited for that opportunity. And lastly, I just want to brag a little bit about myself because I found out last week that I was accepted into Brigham Young University at Provo, Utah. So I'll be attending. That's it. Thank you.
And so we know what really tipped that application was being a student board member.
Oh, definitely. I definitely put that on my application.
So congratulations. We wish you the best, and we've seen only the best from you, so thank you. From Jurupa Valley, Karina, would you like to tell us about that? And then we have a guest we'll introduce.
Good evening, school board members, Superintendent John, the cabinet, and the community. Here's what's going on at Jurupa Valley School this year. Our blood drive with live stream is tomorrow. All members of the community are welcome to help out by donating blood. We just ask that the community check in at the front office before coming on to campus. What if week has started at Jurupa Valley today with be kind to others and wear white? Tomorrow is what if you were the real you, come as you are, wear no makeup. Wednesday is what if we all had respect and wear blue. Thursday is what if we all disconnected and connected with the people around us and wear red. And lastly, Friday is what if we all had JAG pride and we wear JAG gear. Next year's students are meeting with their guidance counselors one-on-one to register for classes to make sure they get their classes they want to be academically successful. The top 10 students were celebrated with a top 10 breakfast with 32 of the parents, family members, and guidance counselors to share their accomplishments. Students applying for FAFSA are at 76% completion. We have lots of JAGs planning to go to college. And today we announced the elections for student body are now complete and were announced today. So we want to recognize the new ASB president is going to be Alex Nunez. The VP is Raul Melendres. Secretary is Jose Rodriguez. And treasurer is going to be Jacob Singh Avon. This is going on in athletics. Spring sports are off to a good start. Swim has been very successful with 2 wins. Tennis is looking good in their first few matches. Softball and baseball were competitive in their tournaments this last week. The Jaguar Stadium is looking good, and we are very excited to have our graduation at our new home field. The class of 2016 will be the first graduate on the new turf, and we are really excited for that. And this is in the now. ASB has officially voted and passed the spring rally as Jagcella. It's kind of a spin-off of Coachella, just not so wild. Prom has officially gone on sale today with the theme as Sunset Boulevard on April 22nd, 7 to 11 p.m. And that's what's going on at Jurupa Valley.
Thank you. And tonight from Rubidoux, we have Chelsea Rosales, who is the ASB president this year. So welcome, Chelsea.
Good evening. Rubidoux High School is having a wonderful March so far, and we are having many great things happening on campus. We had a successful FAFSA campaign with 3 Cash for Colleges nights. As of right now, 56% of our seniors have submitted their FAFSA applications, and 117 seniors have already been awarded their Cal Grants. Our goal by June is to have 75% or more of our seniors sign up for their FAFSA. Also, our Get School, College, and Graduated Mass Challenge is moving right along. This is another way to motivate students to sign up for their FAFSA and get motivated for college. Students can earn individual prizes as well as help RHS earn points. RHS is currently first place in our region and in the running for $1,000, in addition to the $500 grant that we will be receiving soon for having more than 30% of our students create a Get Schooled account and make a promise to graduate. We are 12th place nationwide. The nationwide prize is a $10,000 and a celebrity principal for the day. This week on Thursday, we are having our Best of Rubidoux night from 6 to 8 p.m. This is a night in which our school programs, clubs, sports teams show off their programs to the community and our incoming 9th graders. There will be performances from our band, color guard, cheer, dance team, and ROTC. March Fabulous Falcons' behaviors being honored is respect. Students show respect by 1. Listening to others, 2. Respecting their surroundings by following rules, and 3. By using appropriate words. We would like to congratulate all our winter sports teams. We had an amazing season with boys and girls soccer, girls basketball, and boys and girls wrestling going to CIF. We would like to extend a special congratulations to Coach Kendall for his work with Tiffany McDaniel and Alyssa Rodriguez, who both participated in the Cal State Wrestling Finals. Tiffany exceeded her goal in making it to state, and Alyssa was able to place 7th in her weight class, which is the first time an RHS student girl wrestler has placed in the state finals. Once again, congratulations to all our winter sports team on a wonderful season. We look forward to the spring athletes, which we know will be a success on all levels. Well, that's all for Rubidoux. Once again, thank you for your time and have a great evening.
And thank you all, ladies.
Thank you, ladies, for all of those reports. And now we will get on to the recognition of the Site and District Teachers of the Year. And if the board will join me, Mr. Bouchon and Ms. Elzig down front, please.
Good evening. Welcome. Crowd's quiet. Teachers, we celebrate you tonight. We have. Where would we be without you? Thank goodness. And I look at some of the faces we've actually taught my own children. God bless you. You know who I'm talking to and about. But this is just, I think, one of our very, very best nights of the year in Jurupa Unified School District. And I always want to say that while we honor teachers at each school, we honor every teacher at every school. Those of you who are nominated this year reflect the best of the best of the best in the world, because we only have the best here. So any one of you would be the best in another district. So I just cannot say enough about how well our teachers do and what you all do each and every day in educating the students in Jurupa Unified School District. You know, people kind of say jokingly, parents only send their best students to you. but they send their children to you, and you take care of them day in and day out, and when they leave, they're ready to take on the world. So thank you for all you do, and we'll get on with the recognitions. And I think Ms. Elsick starts.
I do.
So let's just use one.
Good evening, good to see all of you. We're going to begin tonight by recognizing Donna Lee Simpson, Teacher of the Year, Camino Real Elementary School.
So you have to stand. This is, we're new at this, so. Oops.
Come on, John.
Right? You take your flag now.
But you have to
And then you
stand
have
there
to
while
do
we
a
talk
speech.
about you.
All right. Camino Real is delighted to present Ms. Donna Lee Simpson as the 2016 Teacher of the Year. Donna Lee is not only a talented educator, but an incredible Camino cup. She consistently steps up to take on extraordinary tasks on our campus. Shortly after school started this year, this fabulous kindergarten teacher filled a necessary vacancy in 4th grade, so a brand new teacher did not have to change grade levels. Donna Lee uses her special education background within the general education setting to meet the needs of all of her students. It is with great pleasure that Donna Lee is our Teacher of the Year for Camino.
From Glen Avon, G. Kim. Stand between, and then we do this, and there we go. Okay, Benjamin Franklin says, tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn. This is exactly what Ms. G. Kim does for students every day, and Glen Avon is proud to announce her as our Teacher of the Year. Ms. Kim works hard to implement all new teaching strategies in her classroom, putting in time above and beyond to make sure her students succeed. As a result, they have greatly improved on their DIBELS. Now that actually is a reading assessment for those who don't know. Ms. Kim has very high expectations for all her students. She pushes them to think like scholars by asking them to explain their thinking. You know, that's the best description of Common Core I've heard. And that's everybody who complains about it, we just want kids to do it. Ms. Kim volunteers to be a grade level lead teacher and is on the District English Language Arts Adoption Committee. Ms. G. Kim is the kind of teacher that all of us would want for our own children, and she deserves to be our Teacher of the Year. Congratulations.
My Granite friends tonight, talk together. Kristen Alkire, Granite All right. Who is extremely hardworking and fundamentally committed to student success? Kristen Alkire. We are more than honored to recognize Kristen as Granite Hill's Teacher of the Year. Kristen is a 4th grade teacher at Granite Hill, and it is obvious that she loves what she does. She skillfully and creatively implements Common Core standards in a fun, inviting, and well-rounded classroom. Whether students have had a problematic or a positive school history, they are challenged, motivated, nurtured, and therefore academically successful. She exhibits a positive attitude and a constant willingness to help out. She's our balanced math coach, has an open door policy, and inviting her colleagues to observe her for math review. She was recently on the ELA Adoption Committee, is currently on the Math Adoption Committee, and is a member of the school site council. You're a busy lady. Parents, students, and staff all respect and appreciate Kristen for all that she does. This is a long overdue honor. Thank you.
jack of all trades. Not only is he an exceptional teacher, but he is the resident handyman and tech support guru at INA. As the site's tech coordinator, Jason is constantly sharing resources and ideas for technology integration. His students learn coding with Sparky, the class robot, and share their experience at events such as the RCOE Technology Learning Network and the Q Conference. Jason can see an idea on Twitter on Tuesday and have his students researching and launching rockets on Wednesday. He never stops growing and evolving as an educator. He mixes the right kind of outside-the-box thinking with a positive attitude and growth mindset. Jason will always lend a hand to make something possible if it will help make a difference for kids. He remains focused on students and never loses sight of why he became a teacher in the first place. Congratulations to Mr. Atkinson, Teacher of the Year for Ina Arbuckle Elementary School. Well, we could, but that would
Luana, Pate, Paige. I
Oh, wait, picture. She's got to be sorry.
Okay, we're good now.
Ms. Pate is an amazing teacher. She has a special gift of dealing with her first graders in a firm but loving manner and brings out the best in every child that she interacts with. She is piloting the Language Arts program and is part of the Units of Study Committee. She is also our Young Authors Day coordinator. She goes above and beyond by volunteering lots of extra time to the Gate Booster Club. One of her parents recently submitted a review to an online sweepstakes and won a prize for the school. The review, pardon? $5,000. $5,000.
$1,000.
$1,000. The review read in part, Ms. Pate, thank you for caring so much. My son is very lucky to have someone like her in his life. She makes his learning experience fun and memorable. A child who comes home every day, excited to tell what he learned at school, is a happy student. This statement sums up Ms. Pate and why she's Indian Hills Teacher of the Year. Thank you.
Mission Bell, Linda Goodhart. So while I said most parents, all parents send their best kids to the school, I send my most difficult ones, and Miss Goodhart got one of them. I don't know, but she survived, and he's doing very well now. Thank you very much. He's a self-feeder, that's what counts. Linda Goodhart has been selected as Mission Bell's Teacher of the Year. Linda is a 6th grade teacher and has taught here for the past 10 years. Oh my goodness. She is an exemplary teacher who demonstrates enthusiasm and excitement each day in her classroom. She has a great relationship with her students and a sense for compassion and caring. She creates an atmosphere that encourages good behavior, critical thinking, and student achievement. She implements new technology in the classroom and is always looking for new ways for her students to learn. Mrs. Goodhart takes on many adjunct duties, including testing coordinator, principal's designee, student success team member, Read Across America, box tops, Avid committee, equity team, and on and on. Whatever needs to be done, Linda is there to do it. Linda Goodhart is a valued asset at Mission Bell and for my family, and it's our great pleasure to select her as our Teacher of the Year. Thank you.
Pacific Avenue Elementary, Deborah Betts.
Absolutely. Because you already are. That's
That's so nice.
Henry Ford once said, most people spend more time and energy going around problems than trying to solve them. Mrs. Deborah Betts is a solver. No, she is a great solver. Betts says she prefers to be called, can do anything and everything, and she does it all at Pacific Avenue. As Pacific Avenue's intervention teacher for both our upper grade and lower grade students, she diligently works with students who need extra support, making learning more accessible, interesting, engaging, and technology-driven. She is also the school's technology coordinator, testing coordinator, SST coordinator, and administrative designee. Her enthusiasm, passion, and positive attitude shine through as she meets and solves each challenge and task. She's like the Energizer Bunny. She just keeps going and going and going. Mrs. Deborah Betts, our technology wizard, truly deserves her selection as Pacific Avenue's Teacher of the Year. Congratulations.
From Pedley, Tracy Grogan. All right, you ready? Chicka chicka boom boom, brown bear, what do you hear? I had to practice that for 3 hours. And Green Eggs and Ham, do these books ring a bell? These are some of the books that our Teacher of the Year, Tracy Grogan, has brought to life for our kindergartners at Pedley. With a can-do attitude, Tracy believes in differentiation and setting the highest expectations for every student. You will often see her working with students from other classes and providing support to our special ed teachers. She is always willing to take a step toward providing the best education for her students by integrating technology. She helps support initiatives for health and wellness, safety, PBIS, and units of study. She promotes the college awareness in reading by helping her class Skype with students from her class college, the University of Wisconsin. I gather you take a little pride in that. Good. And every Friday, you will find your kindergartners dressed up in University of Wisconsin t-shirts. We feel proud to have Tracy as our 2016 Teacher of the Year. Congratulations.
From Peralta Elementary, Jessica Esparza.
Congratulations. Picture time.
My mom.
Hey, Mom. Let's smile for Mom.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Jessica Esparza was overwhelmingly selected by her colleagues as Peralta Elementary School's Teacher of the Year. Jessica is an excellent first grade teacher who works hard each and every day to help her students master the skills that they need for success. In addition, Jessica takes on many challenges to benefit Peralta kids. She is the PTA president responsible for organizing fundraisers, bingo night, the fall festival, and our Sweetheart Dance. She is the technology coordinator, providing trainings at staff meetings and helping to launch smarter balanced assessments and new Chromebook implementation. She is the first grade team leader, helping to drive our new DIBBLES, PBIS, and Avid Focus. Jessica also maintains Peralta's webpage, keeping postings and information correct. A fellow teacher summed it up once when she wrote, Jessica is hardworking, kind, a stabilizing force, a team player, and dependable. She was voted most likely to follow all of the rules. And least likely, oh, this is bad for us, but we just ignore it. Least likely to enjoy a big group hug. Sorry. We love Mrs. Esparza, and we are glad that she represents the best that Peralta has to offer. Congratulations.
From Rustic Lane, Tammy Patterson. It is a great honor to recognize Tammy Patterson as this year's Rustic Lane Teacher of the Year. Tammy invests her heart and soul in Rustic Lane and is an anchor for all things great at our school. She has taught in Jurupa for 22 years and is currently an intervention teacher. Mrs. Patterson also serves as administrative designee, providing assistance with the day-to-day operations of our school, as well as demonstrating patience and compassion when called upon to address discipline matters. In addition, she serves as SST coordinator, school site council coordinator, PBIS coach, and teaches both ELO and Saturday school. Mrs. Patterson is admired and relied upon by the entire Rustic Lane community. We wouldn't be the same without her. Thank you, Tammy, for your unwavering dedication to Rustic Lane.
And next up is Margie Forward, Sky Country Elementary. Love grandbabies. Hey, Margie Forward wears many hats at Sky Country Elementary School. Of course, she's an excellent sixth grade teacher, but that's not all. She is head of the Booster Club and ensures that the sixth grade science camp is a success year after year. She is also the SST co-chair, which is a huge responsibility in and of itself. She often holds extra meetings to accommodate parent and teacher schedules. Margie is our science fair coordinator and does an excellent job encouraging all grade levels to participate in the science fair. She's the go-to staff club person. She's the one we look to when there's time to celebrate or to mourn. She takes care of our Sky Country family. Lastly, Margie is the leader of Sky Country Cares, our Relay for Life. That team that participates in fundraising for cancer awareness year after year. Margie is a team player and a great friend. She builds and maintains excellent relationships with her students, parents, and staff members. Sky Country is very fortunate to work with Margie Forward. Congratulations.
You have to look at, I was thinking you didn't see the signs the whole time. Stone Avenue, Carol Woolweaver.
Congratulations, Mom.
Stone Avenue is proud and excited, I'll say, to recognize Carol Woolweaver as Stone Avenue's Teacher of the Year. Kara is passionate and enthusiastic about her work, and she goes above and beyond to be thorough and meaningful. Kara is a leader who has taken on extra and important roles, including grade level leader, school site council rep, next generation science committee member, PTA secretary, dual immersion booster member, 100 Mile Club, and Red Ribbon. Her ideas have made PBIS successful and interactive. Her work impacts Stone Avenue and has had a positive impact on the district as a whole. It is always a joy to watch her teach and interact with her students. When one leaves her classroom, they have a smile, having seen what they see. Her second graders leave their classroom with a deep understanding of the concepts taught and a true enjoyment of education. Kara is an exemplary teacher and very deserving of this recognition. Congratulations.
From Sunny Slope Elementary, Gina Garola.
You're the one who got me to go back to school. You would.
Good things. Congratulations. Oh.
From my Sunny Slope days. Gina Garola exemplifies the quality of an educator that have lasting impacts on students, parents, and staff. She has a sweet and caring personality that permeates everything she puts her time and energy into at Sunny Slope Elementary. As a language intervention teacher, she has taken her positive attitude into the implementation of early literacy, the school site council, PTA, and leadership, in addition to supporting Sunny Slope families and students through family nights and adopt a family. She works hard to keep students, teachers, and parents informed of academic and behavior progress throughout the school year. Over and over, she is identified by her colleagues as a friend who is always there and willing to help anyone in need. It is with much excitement and admiration that Sunny Slope Elementary nominates Gina Garola as the Teacher of the Year. Congratulations.
Troth Street, Ann Riddle Borchardt. Troth Street is proud and loud. And Little Borchardt as our 2015-16 Teacher of the Year. She was overwhelmingly selected by her peers to receive this honor. Ms. Borchardt has been part of the Troth Street family since September 1991. Currently is a 4th through 6th grade SDC teacher. She has an astonishing rapport with students, parents, and staff, and she is admired and respected by her peers. She is always willing to assist with any task, no matter how big it is. Her positive outlook and caring personality are truly remarkable, bringing optimism and valuable input to all situations. She truly cares for each student's academic and personal success, and is a dedicated advocate for any student who could benefit from her expertise. We always count on Mrs. Borchardt for instructional support, and she's an inspiration to many because of the way she teaches with rigor and joy. She is a key staff member for creating a caring family climate at Troth Street, and we are fortunate to have her. Congratulations.
From Van Buren Elementary, Beatrice Grove. It is an honor to name B. Ferrone as Van Buren's Teacher of the Year. Mrs. Ferrone has been a true asset and someone we rely on in a variety of roles. In addition to being an amazing teacher for our 5th grade intervention group, She has served as the coordinator of our school's English Language Learner Committee, parliamentarian for our PTA, balanced math facilitator, student study team member, science coordinator, and principal's designee. Her strengths in communication, active listening, organization, lesson planning, and collaboration are regularly on display. Instructionally, Mrs. Furman's vast experience with intervention provides her students with every opportunity to be successful and has enabled them to access the general education curriculum. Her ability to diagnose strategies for students to be successful promotes positive experiences in her classroom. She is extremely encouraging, and her classroom management ensures an effective learning environment. Van Buren is incredibly lucky to have Bea her own.
West Riverside, Vicki Hawkins. West Riverside is pleased to announce Vicki Hawkins as our Teacher of the Year. Vicki is an extraordinary teacher and mentor and has worked tirelessly at West for the past 17 years. This year alone, she is our Science Units of Study representative, a Units of Study writer, our 5th grade team leader, as well as an avid leader. She is organized, creative, and an authentic leader who steps up to the plate when needed. Vicki holds her students accountable and gives her own time to work with them at recess, lunch, and after school so they don't fall through the cracks. She has been a mainstay of our social club for over 10 years, devoting her free time shopping, coordinating, and giving in support of staff members during their times of joy and sadness. She also said, it's not on here, Vicki served on our Facility and Technology Committee and visited, I don't know how many schools in the district, most of them, I think, and actually, someday you'll get to see a suggestion she made, and I'm not going to tell anybody now. You can tell them then. Congratulations. Vicki Hawkins is a fabulous teacher, an incredible human being, and so deserving of this honor. Congratulations.
And we are moving to middle school with Jurupa Middle School and Dr. James Huff.
All right.
Dr. James Huff is a considerate, responsible, compassionate, loyal, kind, and devoted teacher and colleague. Dr. Huff genuinely cares about his students' success and well-being. Dr. Huff works closely with families to help their students be successful. He goes above and beyond the call of duty, offering tutoring on Wednesdays and making himself available to his students and parents by phone. Dr. Huff does so much in his classroom to make students want to strive to do their very best. Dr. Huff has proven to be a team player, so when the time came that JMS was growing and there would be need for some movement, he offered to move and give up his room. He was also quick to volunteer to be a collaborative teacher, even though at times the task can be daunting. He took the assignment and has made the best of it. Dr. Huff's peers say his unwavering and genuine attitude reflects how well students and staff at JUSD respond to him inside and outside of the classroom. It is an honor to have such an incredible teacher amongst us here at Jurupa Middle School. Thank you.
Maryland Middle School is proud to nominate Mrs. Julia Holt as Arts 2016 Teacher of the Year. Julia is well respected by students, staff, and parents. She is a devoted and caring teacher, creating an effective learning environment for her students. Julia takes the time to learn as much as she can about her students, to provide the best learning environment to meet the needs of all her students. She truly cares about her students and demands that they work hard and do their best, and doesn't let them take the easy way out. Julia's dedication and excellence shine daily and is well deserving of this recognition as our 2016 Teacher of the Year. Congratulations, Mrs. Holt.
Amber is an outstanding teacher who brings life science to life. Amber serves as our gate coordinator, is a member of District NGSS Science Planning Committee, teaches our honors life science classes, and co-sponsors our after-school science club. You are all things science. I'm good at science. Good for you. Amber uses all the strategies she learns from these experiences and applies in her classroom. If you walk into Ms. East's class, you will see students deeply engaged in, is that what yours? Students? Very good. It's yours. Kristen, I didn't know that connection.
She married my brother.
Oh,
Anything else you guys want to share?
I met her at a science in service, and I said, "Hey, are you single? I have a brother." And 10 years later, they're married with 2 kids.
see that? What team was her
10-year anniversary next week.
Whether students are taking on the role of crime scene investigator, a forensic specialist, or a famous scientist, they are learning about science through real-world experiences that will carry them throughout their lives. Albert Einstein said, "It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge." Mrs. East does this each day with her students. They benefit greatly from having such a thoughtful, prepared, skilled, and caring person as their teacher. Mission Middle School is proud and honored to name Amber East our Teacher of the Year.
If anybody else wants matchmaking,
I've done a couple.
okay. Apparently she's very successful. Jurupa Valley High School, Courtney Hughes. Jurupa Valley High School is proud to announce that Courtney Hughes is our Teacher of the Year. Courtney exemplifies the core values of a Jurupa Valley High School JAG. She has the passion for teaching, the respect for her colleagues, the integrity to embrace a healthy change, the determination to engage in others, and not only achieves that, but insists on excellence in everything that she does. That's pride if you didn't pick that up. They don't get it. But you'll have to go to the high schools. As our testing coordinator, she is kept busy, but somehow manages to find time to serve as our co-AVID coordinator as an active PBIS and school site council member. In the words of one of her colleagues, Courtney is special because she is always willing to help other teachers and truly wants to see growth in her students. She cares whether or not her students succeed in life and not just in her classroom. Congratulations, Courtney.
From Patriot High School, Andrea Briggs. Dedicated, caring, cheerful, helpful, effective. These are just a few of the words that one often hears about Andrea Biggs, Patriot High School's Teacher of the Year. Andrea wears many hats at PHS, and even with all she has on her plate, she's often the first one to step forward when something needs to be done or someone needs help. Since Andrea became our AVID coordinator, our AVID program has grown from 7 sections to 11. The year before she took over, 75% of our AVID seniors were accepted into a 4-year college. This last year, 97.8%. Andrea also teaches AP Biology, mentors new and student teachers, and helped lead our successful Building College Futures workshops for parents this fall. In addition, Andrea serves students and teachers across the district as our science fair coordinator. It is for all of these reasons and more that Patriot is proud to honor Andrea Biggs as our Teacher of the Year.
Jurupa High, Jurupa Itukazu. Jurupa High School has the honor to nominate Ms. Miyoko Itukazu for the Teacher of the Year Award. Ms. Itukazu's passion for education and commitment to excellence, as well as her depth knowledge, are all demonstrated on a daily basis. She looks outside her immediate environment and identifies ways to improve her teaching strategies, always having the best interest of our diverse student population in mind. Her dedication is evident in the many roles she takes on to support the students and staff. Mrs. Itukazu is involved in LPAC and ETS, as well as being in charge of the student study team and 504 plans. Recently, Mrs. Itukazu has filled in as interim special ed department head and has done an excellent job. She is always willing to go above and beyond her teaching responsibilities, working long hours, mentoring and tutoring students. It is therefore without reservation that Jurupa High School nominates Ms. Miyoko Itukazu to receive the 15-16 Teacher of the Year Award. Congratulations.
And from Nueva Vista High School, Leslie McDowell. The staff at Nueva Vista High School is excited to nominate Leslie McDowell as our Teacher of the Year. Leslie is relatively new to Nueva Vista High School and the world of continuation high school, but has already proven to have quite a passion for serving the needs of our students. She works tirelessly creating lessons filled with a variety of instructional strategies to engage our students and to allow them to think critically about the world around them. Leslie is a team player and is always ready to jump in and support wherever she is needed. Whether it is to work on our single plan for student achievement, chairing our WASP self-study, baking cookies, or leading our students to be servants for the community by donating socks to shelters, Leslie can be counted on. Thank you, Leslie, for all you do to support Aztec Pride and for all you do for us.
One person who could not be here is from the Learning Center, Mr. Brian Long. You can applaud. Our Teacher of the Year at the Learning Center is Brian Long. Mr. Long currently teaches math and social studies for grades 7 through 12. Along with being an excellent teacher, he has a deep concern for his students as individuals. He gets to know each of them by not only their names, but their lives. Though our students came to us due to academic and behavioral struggles, you will never hear anything negative about them in conversations with Mr. Long. Instead, we hear from him how great this group of kids are to work with. Many of his students come to him in his class feeling lost, unconfident, and unsuccessful. But due to Mr. Long's expectations and diligence, many leave his classroom feeling successful and capable. Mr. Long certainly has positively affected so many, and we are happy to have him on our campus. And, Nueva Vista, Leslie McDowell. You did that.
I tried to swoop.
I know, I'm really easy to get fouled. Doesn't it? Rivercrest. This one I think is last but not least, Heather Gutowski. We would like to recognize Heather Gutowski as Rivercrest Teacher of the Year. Heather has already made a significant impact in the short time she's been on our campus. She has a great attitude and is always willing to go above and beyond for our students. She is truly involved in many aspects of our students' lives and works diligently to help students succeed. She goes the extra mile in her science classes by creating labs and projects to help support the online instruction with hands-on activities. She has taken it upon herself to create field trips for our 7th and 8th graders and has stepped up to handle our 504 plans with professionalism and dedication. She is the true definition of a team player. It is a teacher who is dedicated to finding ways for students to succeed. As one of her staff mates said, we are lucky to have her with us. Congratulations, Heather. So I just would like to say really, really quickly, you know, in the colonial days, people believed that Alexander Hamilton had all the knowledge there was to be had in the world. We now know that no one could even have all the knowledge probably in one daily newspaper. So the job of the teacher has changed and changed remarkably. So I don't want anyone leaving as easy as some of the people make it look tonight, because I've been in their classrooms and they all do it naturally. Teaching is a difficult job, and it is more like unlocking the door to a student's future, of taking to them knowledge and skills and curiosity and the will to really learn things that are very difficult and complex, and to survive in a world that changes every day. So to each and every one of our teachers, thank you. So, goody, we get to send 3 teachers on to the county. Unfortunately, we can't send you all on because you all should be there. So, we will recognize 3. And I've been in this person's classroom and truly is deserving of this. Probably could have made this class. So, the elementary teacher of the year for the Jurupa Unified School District is Jason Atkinson. And if you want to, make a clap Nancy, you can do that.
Thank you very much. Humble by this honor. I would like to say that a lot has changed in the last couple of years. And, having a supportive environment, as the environment in the district has changed, it's made it much. It's nice to be able to be in a spot where we can experiment and have a chance to take a risk and to give children the opportunity to make their own decisions as to how they're going to show their mastery, where they're going to go, rather than just what age am I supposed to be on. It's a wonderful time to be in education. Share a bit that will bring a few tears to my eyes, but it wasn't long ago that I actually was considering other opportunities, other job careers. Things have changed drastically in just the last year and a half. So I won't go over this anymore, but it really is a wonderful time to be in education. Thank you very much for listening.
So I have a little box here, and it has pens in it for the winners tonight, and they were made by Jason, not knowing that he was going to be one of them. Again, nice pen. I also want to say the way you see Jason appearing tonight is the way he appears in his classroom every day with a shirt and tie, really demonstrating to the students by his dress and demeanor how much he cares and respects for them. Thank you, Jason. I know
Nice
you were gifted, but we were going to skip middle school. I know Mrs. Zelczyk could have done that. I never could have. I think I'm still stuck there, but that's another story. From representing our middle schools, Teacher of the Year, Amber Ice. Okay, I'll send you this.
Well, this is weird because Mr. Owens had told me, oh, you make sure you prepare a speech, and I thought, yeah, right. Because I've never gotten Teacher of the Year or received Teacher of the Year, and he said, no, everybody has to give a speech, and I as funny as it sounds, I actually get very nervous in front of my peers, and so I'm very nervous, but thank you so much. As Mr. Atkins said, it is an awesome time in education right now with things changing in Common Core and Next Generation Science Standards and being part of the district committee with all the support. And I am able to try and experiment new things that maybe I hadn't had the opportunity before because we were so stuck to the standards. So it is an exciting time with technology and Chromebooks and going one-to-one, and it's awesome. So thank you so much.
Yeah, Mr. Owens did not know. He must have been into
Well, he said, he goes, I better write something really good because we're going back to back.
Thank you, Mr. Owens. We'll now move on to high school. Our high school teacher of the year is Andrea Biggs.
I'm only making the speech because they started making speeches and I felt like it would be weird for me not to say thank you. I'm very humble. I was really hoping I wouldn't win because I didn't want to say anything. This is so humbling because I work with people and it's not a one-year thing. This is an accumulation of everything you do every day in the classroom. And you see all those people and you go, oh, but they're really good, because I remember I stole that from them. And I stole that, and that was a good idea. Somebody used that too. And like they said, it's so exciting. We have Chromebooks in our classroom. We're going one-to-one. We're doing exciting things with Avid. And I just want to say thank you.
So to each and every one of you, congratulations. I am so proud, privileged, and humbled to serve you. I would like to now turn the microphone over to our board president, Mrs. Cheryl Schmidt.
Congratulations to all of you. We appreciate everything that you do every day for all of the kids here in Jurupa. And we'd like to take about 15 minutes. So it's about 7:15. So at 7:30, we'll reconvene for the rest of the meeting. But we're going to give everyone an opportunity to congratulate all of you.
All right, we were going to get back to the business at hand, and we have one more recognition to make. To recognize the Jurupa 2016 Science and Engineering Fair winners. Oh, but first we have to recognize the best of the best for January and February, the Employee Recognition Program. Mr. Brooks.
Good evening. So on this special evening in which we celebrate some of the outstanding work performed by Jurupa's teachers, it's my honor to present an additional recognition tonight, Jurupa's Best of the Best for the months of January and February. Employees throughout the district submitted nominations for January and February, recommending that their colleagues receive recognition for the work that they do on behalf of our students and staff throughout Jurupa. I would like to invite the following winners forward to receive their awards. So first is Ms. Sharon Carrillo. Ms. Carrillo is the high school cafeteria manager at Patriot High School, where she is known for always going above and beyond. Every day, Ms. Carrillo leads her team to make both breakfast and lunch for the students and staff to enjoy. Ms. Carrillo brings pride, positivity, and enthusiasm to her job, while keeping her kitchen fine-tuned and running strong. She is very hardworking, and we are very fortunate to have her as part of the Jurupa team. Next is Ms. Lisa Kirkendall. Is Ms. Kirkendall here? Ms. Kirkendall is an instructional aide at Patriot. Come on up, sorry. So, Ms. Kirkendall is an instructional aide at Patriot, where she serves as a great asset in the classroom. She is very organized, anticipating and preparing for whatever the teacher needs in order to help her students succeed. Ms. Kirkendall is kind and gentle, and the students she works with love and trust her. We appreciate all that she does for our students and are proud to have her as part of the Jurupa family. Thank you. Next is Ms. Carmina Cook. Ms. Cook is a teacher at West Riverside Elementary School, coming to the school to teach kindergarten mid-year last year. She has very quickly become a valued member of the staff at West. One of her contributions has been to lead PBIS. She started this effort by visiting every classroom and challenging the students to make good choices and to be kind to one another. She has organized events and incentives, such as lunch with the principal, and has also produced videos to model positive behavior. She always has a smile on her face and inspires others with her positive attitude. Ms. Cook exemplifies Jurupa's best of the best, and we are pleased to recognize her tonight. Next is Mr. Jeffrey Holt. Is Mr. Holt here? Mr. Holt is a special education teacher at Rubidoux High School. He was a major contributor to the development of our adult transition program, which has been very successful. As an IEP case carrier, he manages some of the most challenging and intensive needs that students can have. And yet he has a history of assisting students with special needs to transition into work and social programs as adults. Over 75% of his students find employment or a place in a social day program. We are fortunate to have such a dedicated person on our staff. This next one I know is here, Ms. Veronica Gonzalez. Ms. Gonzalez is the coordinator of education technology for Jurupa and goes above and beyond every day. She is driven by a passion to ensure that every one of our students graduates with the 21st century skills necessary to be successful in college or career. This motivates her to dedicate many hours meeting with administrators and planning and preparing trainings and professional development for teachers and staff. Ms. Gonzalez is thorough in everything she does, which is important because the demands of her role are high. And somehow, she meets those demands with apparent ease. We are glad to have Veronica serve as an essential part of our team. Next is Ms. Roberta Pace. Ms. Pace is the principal at Patriot High School. She is always at the front of the line, ready to step in and assist with any situation. Her priority is clearly the students and staff of her school, as she strives to be visible to them and to help meet their needs. Ms. Pace is respected by all, with a personable approach and a unique ability to truly connect with people at all levels. She is such a positive, inspirational leader at Patriot. We are so fortunate to have such a dedicated person and leader here in Jurupa. And at this time, I would also like to recognize those selected for the honorable mention, and it's worth pointing out they're all from Patriot High School. So Veronica Flores, Secretary, Sharon McDonough, Career Center Clerk, Kathy Reynoso Lopez, Translator Clerk Typist, Roseanne Salvatore, Clerk Typist, Allison Sherry, Teacher, John Hill, Teacher, Manuela Ortiz, Teacher, and Irina Rahman, Teacher. Again, congratulations to all the winners for January and February. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Brooks, and congratulations to all the best for January and February. Next, we will recognize the Jurupa 2016 Science and Engineering Fair winners. Mr. Dabrowski.
Thank you. On Wednesday, February 17th, 235 elementary and secondary students entered their science fair projects in the district's 30th annual Science and Engineering Fair. These students' projects were selected from hundreds of entrants in local fairs held at various schools during December and January. Judging took place February 18th, and awards were presented on the 19th. Judges for the district competition included staff and community volunteers, and Miss Andrea Biggs, teacher from Patriot High School, who we just recognized, was the coordinator of the event. 27 students from the intermediate, junior, and senior divisions will be entered in the Inland Science and Engineering Fair to be held at the Bournes Technology Center in Riverside on April 5th. I'd like to read from you the names of those 27 students and their titles of projects. From the Intermediate Behavioral Science category, Viana Domkiv from Sunny Slope for Gender versus Gender. From Intermediate Biology Animals, Alejandro Garcia from Pacific Avenue for what is the effect of fingerprint similarities between related and non-related individuals. From Intermediate Biology Other Kingdoms, Aubrey Jones from Camino Real for is food safe to eat after it's been dropped on the floor as long as you pick it up within 5 seconds. I hope for Mr. Hansen's sake that that's yes. From the Intermediate Chemistry Division, Hayden Herzog from Peralta for blood clot or not, the effects of anticoagulants on blood clotting. In Intermediate Consumer Science, Harjot Kaur from Glen Avon for which nail polish best resists chipping. From Intermediate Physics, Elizabeth Chard, a name we all know. From Peralta Elementary for walking water. From the Junior Alternative Energy Applied Mechanics and Hydrodynamics Division, Ariana Limas, Yairi Romero, and Esmeralda Saldana from Miraloma for the extremity of waves. From the Junior Behavior and Social Science Cognitive Science Division, Amber Harris from Jurupa Middle for perception or deception. From the Junior Chemistry Division, Jacqueline Gomez from Mission Middle for water contamination, do you know what you're drinking? From the Junior Physics, Electronics, and Electromagnetics Division, Giselle Romero from Jurupa Middle for creating a spinning axle, and Gavin Nelson from Camino Real for what a drag. From the Junior Biology, Mammalian, and Plant Division, Evelyn Olivares from Jurupa Middle for how does the sense of smell affect taste. From the Junior Environmental Engineering and Science Material Science Division, Hamish de la Cruz from Jurupa Middle for massive HDPE number 2, PP number 5, and PS number 6 photo degradation. From the Junior Product Services Biological and Physical Division, Jessica Flores from Jurupa Middle for laptop overheating. From the Senior Applied Mechanics Division, Jasmine Ojeda from Patriot High for Pratt, Howe, and Warren Truss. From the Senior Behavioral and Social Sciences Division, Cassandra Fleming from Patriot High for ecological footprint. From Senior Biochemistry, Molecular Biology, and Chemistry, Melissa Carlos Lerma from Jurupa Valley for popcorn, along with Brittany Bello, also from Jurupa Valley. From the Senior Earth and Atmospheric Science Division, Angie Castro and Jessica Shader from Patriot High for wetlands and water quality. From the Senior Electronics and Electromagnetics Division, Jessica Hardy Gonzalez and Leonel Mora from Patriot High for cathode ray tube. What are the colors emitted on a cathode ray tube? From the Senior Environmental Science and Engineering, Daniela Quintero and Tiara Roche from Patriot High for is our marine life safe? And from Senior Microbiology and Plant Biology from Andrea Reyes from Jurupa Valley for E. coli versus doctors, the CDC, and pharmacophobians. I'd like to congratulate all those. If any of our winners were in the audience, can you stand? Okay, well, let's give them all a big round of applause. And we have one final recognition, and Ms. Sonia Porter, Director of Elementary Education, who's been in charge of our science fair for many years, would like to recognize a special volunteer who's been with us for a great long time.
Yes, thank you so much. It's been a great honor for me to be a part of our district science fair for the last 9 years, but I'm here to recognize somebody who has been a part of our district science fair for all 30 years that it has been in existence. So Steve Maines, a great volunteer. He has been here every year as a judge and also very instrumental instrumental in working with our students. Once we know who those 27 winners are and 20 projects that are moving on, he makes time to meet with them, to help prepare them, to help improve their projects, to prepare them for the next level, our Web Science Fair and then the State Fair as well. He makes himself available anytime, day or evening, to help our students, to work with them, to mentor them, to provide them with contacts in the community to help improve their projects. So it's really a great honor to be here to honor Steve. He was formerly with the Western Municipal Water District and now owner of Water Master Support Services. And so we have a beautiful plaque for Steve. It says, presented to Steve Maines in recognition of your outstanding support of our district science fair and service to Jurupa's young scientists.
Thank you.
This seems to be the year of the science teachers, so this is really great. We're doing more and more with science, and I just expect to see more of our students going on to state level and to win some state awards. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Maines, for all the time you've put in to help all of our students with their science projects. All right, next we will move on to public verbal comment. And we have quite a few comment cards tonight, so we ask that you stick with your 3 minutes. It will be projected over on the south wall. At 1 minute, it will start counting down, or at 30 seconds, it'll count down. And please wrap it up within your 3-minute time limit, or I will ask you to quit. If you have something to say that someone else has already said, please move on to something else, and we will take all of your comments into consideration. And we will start with Caitlin Ober.
So my name is Caitlin Ober, and I'm a junior at Patriot High School, and I'm speaking on behalf of the track and field team. Since my freshman year, I've been actively involved within my school community, and I have been on both the volleyball and track and field teams since my freshman year, serving as a track captain for 3 years. In track and field, I participate in the 100-meter hurdles, 300-meter hurdles, discus, and the 4x4 relay. So you can only imagine how often I'm on the track. During my freshman year, the track and its facilities were ordinary, nothing special, but nothing too bad. However, now that 3 years have passed, I can no longer say that. Over these 3 years, I've seen how our track and its facilities have deteriorated. The track is no longer red, but black, with the lane numbers weathering away and chunks of the track missing. The gutters bordering the inside of the track are unstable, many of them concaving into the drain when accident was stepped on while running. Not to mention, there are several screws sticking out of gutters around the track, not only causing a dangerous hazard to me and my teammates, but to our opposing schools and their runners. Another topic of my concern is our lack of stadium facilities. I am aware that we are getting bathrooms next year to come, but as for now, I ask that our porta potties are to be cleaned out on a regular weekly basis. And that another request of mine is that we have stadium lights. Our last home track meet, we were nearly running in the dark towards the end, so it was really difficult. And I don't expect everything to be fixed right away, but I would appreciate if we could at least get some generated lights so we're not running in the dark. And just if we can work together to help take steps to help work more to get our track into a better environment for not only Patriot and our students and our runners, but for our fellow opponents. And yeah, so thank you.
Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you, Caitlin. Next is Brandon Stockman.
Hello, thank you for hearing some of and concerns that my wife and I and some other parents at Jurupa Valley High School have. Through the FFA program, I've watched my stepson grow exponentially in self-confidence, responsibility, leadership, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to get through this without coughing. I was having some asthma issues a little bit ago. All of this was a direct result of the two teachers at Jurupa Valley High School, Mr. Kander and Mr. Norwood. In light of some of the things that have been going on lately, I've noticed with my stepson, his interest in extracurricular activities has greatly decreased. He has historically been a 4.0 student in GATE program since 3rd grade, and now he has 3 Fs. Because of the stress and anxiety in the upheaval of everything that's been going on. His teachers and his mentors have been ripped away from the students without any explanation, no contact from them, very little. And he was also a member of the parliamentary process program for a team, which is the only debate team at the school. They now have no coach. There's nothing going on with that, no meetings. And that was something that he really was dedicated to. Some other issues that we've seen, not only just in his emotional well-being declining, but other students as well. There's been some other parents who have requested some counseling for their students at the school. That has not been addressed. And this program is really a solid program. These kids, in spite of all this that was going on, went to the Riverside County Fair. They outplaced every other school in showmanship. 8 to 10 students had their projects placed. Actually, yeah, 35. But 8 to 10 placed in top 1, 2, and 3. One of our students at the school had the Reserve Supreme Market Champion Hog of the fair. That's the highest awarded hog at the fair. And that was one of our students. And at this point, these students are without leadership, and the substitutes that are in there do not have an ag background, or if they do, they don't appear to. And
thank you.
Good evening. My name is Tara Foliasso. My daughter is a freshman at Jurupa Valley High School and a member of the FFA program. Both my kids are Jurupa Unified students. I myself attended Jurupa Valley and I'm also FFA alumni. I have lots of unanswered questions. I know you post on your website that says you are continuing the horsemanship program, but I hope you understand that we as parents find it very concerning when you remove all the horses off the school farm. And this just after our children's teachers had been placed on leave from their classrooms. There is an ongoing internal investigation, but the parents have no answers to our questions about the investigation, and very little communication from the school or the district. I also find the investigation to be questionable. My daughter was on the list to be interviewed until I asked to be present at the interview, and she was never interviewed after my request was made. My daughter is special needs. She has Asperger's syndrome, a form of autism. No one will speak to her without a parent present. This is the reason I handpicked this school and the FFA program for my daughter. It was the best place in the district for her to be. She is a good student, bubbly and beautiful, and I love her more than you can know. The FFA program is important to her. This is what she excels at. This is what she loves and is passionate about. It's what makes her eyes light up. This investigation confuses her, has made her worrisome, sent her to tears, afraid for her teachers, afraid for the animals, afraid that there won't be a program at all. And with no straight answers from the school or the district, How am I as a parent supposed to respond to her questions? Her ag teachers have been replaced with strangers. All she is doing now is watching movies in class as the teachers were dismissed. Is this your idea of an FFA class or FFA curriculum? Are these substitutes coming from an ag background? If the allegations were so horrible that the teachers needed to be pulled, then why were they allowed to go to the fair? These were my teachers when I was in school and are the very reason I chose this school for my daughter. And then you seem to be very systematically removing other projects one at a time. The answers we got from the school and the district are not believable and are far-fetched. The way I was spoken to on Friday about the school, I feel is unacceptable. I was rudely spoken to in a condescending and patronizing manner. Pulling the horses because of the owners wanted their horses back, I feel is not the real reason. Someone needs to start talking to us parents. We all want answers. I know a few seniors who have no guidance for competitions and they are still competing in. How is that fair to these kids that you have put to the wind to practice with their competitors? That defeats the purpose of having a competition. I would like someone to contact me regarding this. Someone with solid, truthful answers, not rehearsed or vague answers. Jurupa Valley and the surrounding areas is an agriculture community. Everyone I know has livestock. We want these programs to continue. These programs teach the kids the meaning of hard work, responsibility, and respect. I would not be the person I have become today if it wasn't for the experiences from FFA. In closing, I have a son, two nieces, and all three in elementary school that want to attend Jurupa Valley so they can be part of FFA.
Tara, you need to wrap it up. Your time is up.
I would like to add this to the agenda for further discussion later. Thank you.
Justin Pinkerton.
Good evening, honorable members of the board. Having served in that position in Arizona, I can definitely compliment you on your choices of Teacher of the Year. I think that's an absolute wonderful one of the many things you do that sometimes you don't always get thanked for. My wife Kathy and I had 6 children graduate from Jurupa Valley schools. And we've always been involved with FFA. In 1992, I was invited to Washington, D.C. to receive a Point of Light Award for my work in the educational field of fetal alcohol syndrome and fetal alcohol effects in Coconino County and on the Navajo Reservation, where alcoholism is 1,100% higher than off the reservation. One of the real problems we had was with teachers. And as I stood before Congress and received the award that I did, I related back to what I had learned as a member of the FFA. I was a member of it all through junior and senior high, and I cannot tell you enough about what a positive effect it had on my life. And later on, I realized that a lot of what I had to say was because of the confidence that I had attained through the FFA programs. I went on to serve another 4 years as a congressional staff member, and I appreciate the opportunity to have done that also. We have a special needs student in the Valley High School, and Paul Kretner is definitely missed. I have no idea what politics went on that created the problem where he's laid off and he's not being able to help children like my grandson. I don't have any idea because nobody tells us what's going on as much as I've tried to find out. And we don't even know if we're going to have a car show this year at that one. Last year, Kathy and I were part of the people who were on the staff to have that, and I volunteered and spoke as the DJ and as the ceremony, excuse me, what a problem there with the cold, master of ceremony. We just can't find out anything. We'd certainly like to have Paul back on the staff. We enjoy living here, and well, we've always been a very positive members of FFA, and I hope you continue to do that. If for some reason we cannot have the car show this year, to benefit FFA, which we certainly do, we're volunteering to try and still have the car show, and maybe perhaps the funding can go to team uniforms or band instruments or scholarships or whatever, because we really, really do believe in being active members, even at 75 years old, in our public. I thank you for giving me an opportunity to say these things, and again, my admiration for each and every one of you.
Rebecca Altamariano.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Altamano, and I'm from Jurupa Valley FFA. Now, you are most likely wondering, what are all these students doing here in these uniforms? These are the official dress of FFA. What is FFA? FFA is the Future Farmers of America. This program helps create better people in many different ways. What is FFA to me, though? It's the organization that formed me to who I am today. It made me face fears like public speaking. It helped me become a leader. It made me learn how to be someone to understand life will be difficult at times, but you have to face your problems head on with a strong face. You ask me, why do I care? How does that help us? We have ag band rides to contests or events. Those are travel experiences. Early morning in barns is our work experience. Raising an animal for fair is our responsibility, and it teaches us that we need to step up and grow up and play our part in this world. It teaches us how to be a role model. FFA is not about driving a tractor, owning a cow, or showing a lamb. It's about the blue and gold, the family and friends you meet along the way, and the pride, dedication, and love you gain within this experience. Currently, we don't have our advisors, and we are suffering by having to move our animals off the farm. I have a breeding sow. I now have to move 3 hours away to my grandfather's shop on short notice. This was my last year to have a breeding animal, and that experience has been taken from me, ripped apart. We are not having our coaches for our public speaking skills. I and another student made it to regionals. It's in a week from tomorrow, and we have no coach. We have no help. We're going in blind eye. Our livestock judging team has 2 teams. We missed an event last weekend because we have no coaches, no teachers, no one to take us. How else are we going to suffer by having our advisors pulled away from us for no reason? This is my junior year. I'm going into my senior year, and I'm missing out on so many opportunities because of unanswered questions. Please, help us out here. Thank you.
Kyle Dayton.
Hi, my name is Kyle Dayton, and I'm currently serving as the Jurupa Valley FFA Chapter Vice President. My freshman year, when I got into the FFA, I was put in ag biology class, and I wanted to participate as much as I could, so I got a market hog project. I also got into 2 speaking competitions. One was parliamentary procedures, which we ended up getting top 20 in state, and another one was creed speaking. With help from my advisors, Mr. Cantor and Mr. Norwood, I made it all the way to region with my creed speaking, and we made it all the way to state with our parliamentary procedure team. As my sophomore year started, I expanded my project through the FFA to 2 reading cells with the help from Mr. Cantor. I also joined 3 more competitions. One, again, was Parley Pro, another one was impromptu public speaking, and another one was livestock judging. With the help of Mr. Cantor in the beginning of the year, I was able to make it to regionals for impromptu public speaking. But because he has been taken away, I feel as if I am unprepared for our next competition coming up in a week. We haven't been able to go to the last field day for livestock judging, and I fear that we won't be able to go anymore because our coach has been taken away. Our Parley Pro team wasn't able to participate in the section competition this year because our ag teachers were taken away. Ms. Stevens and Ms. Corbin, the vice principal and principal, have requested for all students to take their livestock projects off the farm. This worries me. Now, thank you for your time, and I hope that this problem will be solved quickly so we can get back to our agricultural education. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Stephanie Dawn.
I'm Stephanie. I am Rebecca's mother, and I think she did a much better job than I did. The reason we are here today is we moved to San Bernardino County last minute in September. My daughter's heavily involved in FFA for the last 2 years, 4-H previously. We went to her ag teacher at our hometown, and we searched, and we found Mr. Kettner, and we called and we said, "Can we join your team?" And he goes, "Are you the little girl with the black knee brace at the last speech competition?" She started laughing. She had a home already. We came up here, and I drive 23 miles every morning to Jurupa Valley, 23 miles home every day, and back and forth several times a day. This is my daughter's life. This is all she talks about. This is all she does. She's had her pig at the fair. She did very well. She had a breeder we now have to get rid of, so to speak. We can't breed that pig, and that's something she really wanted to do. She's really upset about her inability to have a coach help her with her speaking. These are things that she outlined for herself to further her education and go on to become an ag teacher. This is a passion of hers, and the last several weeks, months now, has been nothing but crying, anxiety, and stress in our household because of the not knowing what's going to happen. These kids were left in a lurch, and it's not fair. We don't have any answers. The teachers were the best that I've seen, and all of our kids are suffering because of it. And I just wish that somebody could come up with some answers. And they told us, one of the things that we haven't mentioned is they did tell us that this was going to be uninterrupted, but they would have all the support. They don't. The horses have been taken off, and I would like to know how that's going to affect my daughter's academic credentials. If she's in a class that is a non-participating class, do we not have that for third quarter or fourth quarter now? How is that going to affect her transcripts going on to college? What do we say when we're filling out our applications? That we had a bum year? We don't have the answers to it? So it is really frustrating, and it is affecting all these kids, and it is coming home and affecting their families too. I think everybody else covered everything, so thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Brown. Janet Hanks.
I believe in the future of agriculture with a faith born not of words but of deeds. This is the opening line to the FFA Creed. I learned that my freshman year under Brian Kantner and Rob Norwood. They were the two best teachers I ever had. Without them, I don't think I would have made it through all 4 years of high school. I was never the athletic child. I was never the singing child. I didn't really have a home until I found FFA. It means the world to me. And now I'm an alumni, and my daughter is 8 years old. She participates in the Glen Avon 4-H, and she's excited to go on with that career and choose to go to FFA. But I did not tell her that there's turmoil when we went to the fair this year, because she looks up to Mr. Kantner, because he also helps out with our 4-H group. I couldn't tell her that they're having issues because she's 8, she doesn't understand. And to be honest, we as adults don't understand. How can we help these children if we have no answers ourselves? I grew up all 4 years of high school in the horsemanship program. I didn't have to take 4 years. I chose to. I did summer school classes just so I could take extra horsemanship classes during the regular year. It meant that much to me. I didn't get a horse of my own until I was 21 years old. And I'm privileged to get to have my daughter ride horses that I didn't get to until I was in high school. I am privileged to get to offer her the chance to raise sheep, and she's starting a market hog for the next fair. But what am I supposed to tell her when she finds out that she cannot move on to FFA when she's in high school because there is no longer one, or the teachers are unqualified, or they don't care? I see that more often than not. The teachers do not care. To be an ag teacher, you have many long hours. You have many long weekends. You are required and asked to go help these children who have projects at home in the late hours of the night. I've never met a sheep that decided she was going to have a lamb when it was easy and convenient for the teacher. They usually pick their own time, and it's usually the worst one. So I implore you guys to look into this matter and figure out what we need to do. The parents are here to help as well, but we can't do it without our advisors. They know more. And they lead us into a better future and a brighter tomorrow. Thank you.
Mark Abbott.
Hello, my name is Mark Abbott. I'm here in support of Jurupa Valley FFA and their teachers. We don't want to see the program eliminated. I have 3 kids that went through the FFA program with Mr. Norwood and Mr. Kantner. My one daughter was quiet and reserved her freshman year. By her senior year, she was confident and an excellent public speaker. She is now going to Cal Poly Pomona for her bachelor's degree in ag management. This is all because of the FFA program and her excellent teachers at Jurupa Valley High School. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary Tabor. Mary Tabor.
I moved to Jurupa Valley in 1968. I voted every year for all of you, and I pay taxes every year for all of you. I also have 4 sons who graduated from Rubino High School, went through the school system. They're very successful in their careers, and I am constantly reminded of the high standards they had to live up to, the values they were taught, and the experiences they had in the ag program at this school district, in the FFA program. I see every day today results from those programs. I believe it is a major reason that many of our students don't drop out of high school in this district. There is no other program taught in this school district that gives the higher quality and the diversity to education that the agriculture program gives. None at all. I have grandchildren who've gone through this district. One is now a teacher at the college level in veterinary science. One is an ag teacher in another area. One is in college trying to get the degree to be an ag teacher. I have great-grandchildren in the middle schools in this district, and their goal is to become students in the ag programs here. You have somebody with a steamroller decimating the program at Jurupa Valley. You don't go to the school and take large, expensive pieces of equipment and scrap them because they're broken. That's not what you do in an ag program, and you don't do that on a farm. What you do is have the students out there repairing the broken equipment. When they do that, they're going to learn how to repair equipment, how the equipment is designed and operated. They're going to learn many, many important skills going through that. They can't do that now, it's gone. Their animals are being removed from the school. Go around and look at any other high school ag program. How many animals are removed there? Look at the program and the quality it had, the awards, the ribbons, these talents that the students had before this removal. I've been told, the community's been told by the administrators that this will not affect the students. You're already hearing it does. It is affecting everyone. And it's affecting them because now instead of qualified advisors, we have people who are there who can't advise because they're not qualified. We have people there who are making decisions and moving animals off the farm. I heard a story today, I don't know if it's a rumor or not, that they have removed many of the sheep and the swine. And many of those belong to people in the community. They're their personal property. And some of those were taken, I don't know if it was their personal property or not, but the animals were said to have been taken down to be sold. Somebody needs to find out what the heck is going on with that. This is a negative effect you're having on our students. You have people here who are not qualified, they don't have the training, they don't have the degree. If you want to keep this program, somebody needs to put a stop to that. Now. Not after it's gone. Look at Riverdale High School's program. They're not having those same issues. Why?
Thank you, Ms. Tabor. You need to wrap it up. Thank you. Shannon Tabor.
My name is Tim Tabor. I'm president of the Parent Support Group, and I'm hearing from all the parents, and that's why they're basically being lied to about a lot of things. They're also on they're coming to me complaining because the investigators for the teachers that are investigating they feel that they don't have a qualification in the FFA. They may know a little bit about agriculture, but they don't know anything about FFA. FFA, you're required to have a project. That's why these kids have animals on the school farm. You take away the project and their grades are going to go. I was told today that they're taking swine and taking them down the auction. These belong to the children. They get awards by how much money they make. Now you're selling them at a lower price, they're not going to get their awards. I personally have leased a lamb to one of the students. Now if you haul that lamb down the auction, you're selling basically my property, because I have a lease agreement. When the lease is expired, I expect the animals back. The horses, we heard that the Hart Ranch wanted to take them back. We've talked to the Hart Ranch. They were told that to come pick them up. They didn't ask for them back. So that's one of the lies we're hearing. We want to get this straightened around. We want to get this program going. We don't want to be lied to. Thank you.
Sarah Slater.
Good evening. My name is Sarah Strader, and I'm an alumni of Jurupa Valley. I'm also a former member of the FFA. I'm now a working mother with kids who are active 4-H members here in Jurupa Valley. My kids all plan on attending Jurupa Valley for the FFA program. It concerns me that there won't be a future for them at Jurupa Valley, which would be their home high school, if there's no quality teachers or program to be there. While a student at Jurupa Valley, I had both Mr. Kantner and Mr. Norwood. I must say these teachers were influential on the person I became. They taught me how working hard will get you places in life. I know certainly that I would not have attended college if it wasn't for Mr. Kantner pushing me because he saw my potential when I didn't. They taught me how to put pride into my work, in everything that I did daily, that I did it 100%. I gave my all in everything that I've done. They also taught me how to be patient and kind to others, two of their best qualities. I'm asking the board for some real answers as to why these amazing teachers have been taken away from our students. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tom Estrada.
Good evening. First of all, I want to thank you for hearing us. What we bring today is broken hearts. The best thing was when the gentleman said, we have this on the agenda, we have this on the calendar. FFA, Jurupa Valley, does not have nothing on the agenda. We are something. The teachers that got awarded today, that got recognized, we have that. We have that. Mr. Norwood and Katner, we have that. They have been taken away from us. But the most important thing is our kids. The reason why we are all here today is because we have one thing in common, and that is our children. I may not know your grandkids, your children, your son, your daughter, your toddler, but we're here because of one reason, and that's our kids. I ask you, please, I am begging you, that we have a formal request to put this on the agenda for next week. We can't wait. Many weeks have gone by and we have no answers. We are adults. That's our school. Those are our kids, our children. We're all heartbroken. Actions taken as we speak are affecting our kids. Some of our kids are already considering transferring out. Some have. Some need counseling mentally. Their hearts are broken, and so are ours. Please hear our cry. It's not about us adults, parents, it's about our kids. Please, please, we are requesting that we handle this matter together. There's rules, policies, but the way that they have treated us with asking questions, how do we do this? One thing they said, the program will not be disrupted. It has. It has. And we need answers. We need help. We need you guys to hear us and help us because, again, one thing we all have in common is the love for our kids and our children. They are our future. And this is affected. They're affected by this, and it's just all about our kids. Please, hear us.
Are there any other public comments? Okay, I would like to address the FFA and parent. Yes.
There's one more comment that I forgot to say the first time I was
Can you just say your name first, once again, before you, so that it's recognized on the recording?
Kyle Dayton. One thing that all the parents and students, when they came up here, were talking about is a lot of speaking competitions.
But the advisors weren't just taken away from the speaking competitions, they were also taken away from the livestock aspect of it. I walked into the farm at 6:30 in the morning on Sunday to find that the steer, 3 ewes, and a couple of market lambs were let out. Me, not knowing what to do, I contacted the people that own the lambs, or tried to contact the people that own the lambs to get them put away. I couldn't contact Mr. Kentner to get him over there to help me put those animals away. As I walked closer and further down the farm, I looked into the pig barn, and someone went in there the night before, snuck into the farm, turned on the hose all night, and flooded the pig barn. There was a 2-inch puddle in almost every single pen in that pig barn. I was panicked. I didn't know what to do, so I contacted my dad. He came down and he helped me. My mom helped me too. We got down there and cleaned out all the pins. But this was a serious problem. We could have dealt with this problem much more effectively if I was able to contact Mr. Kent and have him down there. Again, thank you for listening to me, and I hope this problem gets solved quickly.
Thank you. If you can get a pink slip at the back. Once you have spoken, that has been your time.
That's fine. I just didn't know.
Thank you.
So I got it.
Just bring it. Yes, hand it to him, and he'll bring it. And he'll keep them. And if you'll just say your name for us, please.
Sure. My name's Tim Howard. I wasn't going to speak, but I'm going to now. As of this week, my son dropped out of the ag program, thanks to you. So you know that. He is very unhappy with it, and he doesn't want to deal with the headaches and everything that's going on. He's already lost 1 sow earlier in the year, which put him in a bad position to begin with. And then today, they removed his animal and to take it to auction without my permission. Excuse me, without my permission. So I don't know where that animal has gone or how much he's going to lose on that animal. But I expect that somebody would make up the difference, I'm sure, right? Probably not. But thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Elizabeth Francis. And
Could you say your last name once more?
Francis.
Francis?
Yes, Elizabeth Francis. I am a sophomore here at Jurupa Valley, and I've been part of the FFA program since freshman to now. And the things that are going on, as everyone says here, no one knows what's happening. And I think it's unfair that every one of these kids that is an FFA student here works so hard to get their animals or their projects together, and they're not able to do something. Then what's the point of coming to school on their days off to learn about something? I don't know when things can get fixed, but there is a difference from sitting here and listening to us and actually doing something about it. Thank you.
He spoke already. And he's speaking.
Philip Duncan.
How are we all doing tonight? My name is Philip Duncan, and I am a formal FFA member, and I'm trying to understand why you choose to take away your program that creates such a big commodity of people. I bet you what maybe half the room that's left is, or still is, a formal member of the FFA program and the 4-H program. Why are you wanting to take away an education that supports the community? You want to talk about being a responsible person. Okay, how can you be responsible if you take something away from somebody? You want them to learn? This is how we learn. A lot of us aren't really good with sports or what would it be? Maybe sports, higher education. This is what we know. This is what we do. All right. People always complain, oh, this is getting hard. Well, what about agriculture? Nobody loves agriculture anymore, but the folks here that support the program. So why are you going to take it away when this is what we love, this is what we do? We want answers now, no more waiting. We want to understand why the advisors have been removed and what the problem is. Because you're going to remove the program, then why even call it FFA anymore? Thank you.
Thank you. Rose?
Good evening. Thank you for
Before
having
you
me.
start, could you say your name, your last name?
Rose
for me? Murata, thank you.
I'm a native of Rubidoux, was born and raised here, and Rubidoux family's been in the valley since the 20s. There's always been an ag educational program, either whatever high school we might have had, which was Rubidoux, which Gary Lush, a bunch of other different ag teachers started when I was there. The fact is, this is disturbing that we in this district only have 2 high schools, Rubidoux and Jurupa Valley, that offer an agricultural program. I worked for the fair system for the last 30 years of my life. Most of the FFA kids that I see here and some of the adults have been participants of the fairs, have grown up, their kids, their grandkids, and everything. We are taking away a program, and the community would like a lot of answers, but the fact is, there isn't really any. I just know what I've read in the newspaper, what I've heard, and I just found out about this meeting yesterday. So I've just been sitting back there listening to all the comments. As superintendent stated, that the kids need to understand, open up new avenues and things so on, as all the teachers that have won the awards did. We're taking away a program that is going to hurt the future of your kids, your families, for teaching people agriculture, which means feeding the world, veterinarians, scientists. These kids need an answer. The girl with the bow stated it so eloquently. She's just a junior. We're taking away from them. Let's give these kids an answer. Let's give these parents an answer. Let's continue to support the agriculture in the United States, in California, in Southern California, Riverside County. There's only 2 schools now. We have 1 in the city. We only have 2 here. All of them are on the other side of Paris. So let's give them answers. Removing animals from the farm is unnecessary. That is a place for them. Codes do not allow animals anymore in your backyards, not in this valley. When I grew up, they did. Not anymore. So please, let's just give them answers so we can have answers. That's all we ask. I'm here on behalf of all these kids, all these Aggies, if you want to call us. We love what we're doing, and we want to see it continue for the future. Thank you so much.
I did not have kids that were in ag, but I knew a lot of kids because I was an activity supervisor that were very proud of the fact that they raised animals and they did what they did. And today they're very proud because look at all these kids that came up here to speak to you, that were nervous, that didn't know what to say, but they spoke from their heart. When you guys wanted Measure EE to pass, who did you come to? This community, parents that are in this room right now. You said you wanted this for the kids. Like that young lady said, we are here for the kids. That's it. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's not about the parents, it's about the kids. and how they want to raise their kids, and how these kids have spoken and how much respect they have for the teachers. If there truly is a problem with these teachers, be honest with them. Don't do what you know how to do, and that's keep secrets. Because those secrets come back to slap you in the face. And just like these are the community members that voted you in, they can vote you out. They can vote you out.
Manuel Madonna. Did I pronounce your last name correctly?
You did actually, yes, thank you. My name is Manuel Madonna. I'm Rebecca's stepfather. And basically the agreement between us, me being a new parent, and being my stepfather, was, will her education further along in FFA? My reply to her was yes. Now there'd be a travel time from Rialto off the 210 to Jurupa. I asked, is that the best program we have? She says, yes. I want to get it in a horsemanship. I was like, does it also provide the actual education you need for your transcripts from college? She says, yes, it is. Speaking with the mother, counseling, this, that, getting together, let's do it. If this will further along her education into Cal Poly, let's do it then. Now I don't have that promise. Now at home, I lost trust. How are we going to actually restore this as members? Thank you.
Thank you. Alejandro Julian.
We of the Jurupa Valley FFA have been wondering for weeks, why have our ag teachers been taken away from us? And this program has been the best for me ever since I joined it last year, my sophomore year. My freshman year, I was a wreck because I lost my cousin, and he was a brother. My grades were not that good, and I went to counseling too to help, but the counseling did not help. And so I joined AG last year. And that gave me the motivation to do better in school. My grades got up, and my attitude changed. My parents saw attitude change too. And my grades have been good except for this year, after AG teachers have been taken away. I feel like I had no more motivation because of them. Mr. Kettner, before a show, asked me if I was nervous. And I said yes. He said, that's good. I asked him why. He said, if you're nervous, you know you're going to do good. And he's taught me a lot, so has Norwood. They taught me a bunch of things that I need and that I use today to keep me motivated. They are like my second family. The farm is like my second home. And that they're my parents. And that no matter what, if I'm lost, they know how to guide me. They know how to teach me. And they know how to show all these students and help them with what they don't know either. I just want answers on why they're taken away. I've been having stress too. My chest hurts every time I think about it or get too emotional.
Cara Fagliosa.
My name is Karen Fogliasso. I want to go to a school with an FFA program. I want Mr. Katner back. I want my teacher back. Like, he's everything I want until he disappeared. I can't live my life without Mr. Katner and Mr. Norwood. So, you better bring him back. Because I need him. He's not just a coach, he's a friend.
Thank you, Karen. Martin Dayton.
My name is Martin Dayton. I wasn't going to speak tonight, but I do have a request. I'd like to see this become on the agenda for the next board meeting, so we can talk to you guys, so we can discuss what's actually going on out there, what's actually happening with the administration. You know, we'd like to have some answers. We'd like to have a formal, written, something written to us, in the next week, letting us know where we stand. Seeing these students that have already talked, they're being very emotional by everything else, I do request that you guys get a team of psychiatrists out there to the school and let them go through the process. Let them talk about their what's going on, their emotions. They need it. I have one son that's very, very emotional about what's going on. I've already asked for him to be seen. He still has not been talked to. I think that needs to be said, that you guys get a team out there and you guys start pulling kids out of class, talk to them about what's going on, what they feel, how they feel. And that's something that really needs to happen. One of the other things I wanted to mention was there was 47 unanswered applications for ag teachers last year in the state of California. There's not qualified ag teachers out there that are applying, that are available. You guys are not going to find somebody that is not that will be able to come in and replace either one of Brian or Rob Norwood and be seasoned to be able to take over a program. You guys need to look at that. If that's what the intent is, you need to get it out there. You need to have it done so you guys get somebody that's qualified to be able to come in and take care of this program. Because being in subs, the subs that are in there, I was personally told that we would have somebody in the background to be able to come in and advise our students. There's subs out there that are available. You have to dig for them. You have to look for them. You guys haven't done that. So that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, first and foremost, I want to assure all of you that it is not the intent of the district or the board to dissolve FFA, the ag program at Jurupa and or at Rubidoux. Speaking for myself, I understand the need and importance of the ag program in FFA, as my daughter is a Jurupa Valley ag alumni. Today we're in a situation that no one could have predicted. Here are the facts. A complaint was received by the district regarding procedures on the farm. Further investigation regarding this cannot and will not be discussed. This complaint warranted an investigation. The investigation is being conducted by an independent agency that knows ag programs and FFA. The investigation is ongoing. Teachers, students, and parents have been and are being interviewed. A letter was sent to each FFA family informing the parents of students that they could be present when their child was interviewed. They were also asked to provide times of availability. For those families that responded, meetings were arranged to meet their time schedule. A meeting between district staff and parents of AG and FFA students was held early on to hear parent concerns and address student needs for upcoming events. Both AG teachers were put on paid leave and continue to be on such. Both teachers have been allowed to assist with the fair and some activities on the farm. A time schedule has been set up for the farm to be open for students to come onto the farm to feed and care for their animals before and after school and on weekends. The leased horses were removed from the farm at the request of the school district. Students are continuing to participate in learning horsemanship coursework through classroom studies. The district is working with a horse rescue operation to assure that horsemanship students will continue to interact with horses. No student projects were interrupted due to the ongoing investigation. However, we are dealing with a virus affecting the pigs, and it was necessary to send pigs home so that the pig barn could be cleaned and disinfected. Students will continue to attend FFA competitions as scheduled. No AG and FFA are going to be removed from either school. And yes, when the investigation concludes, there will be changes made in procedures and safeguards. What we can all do as parents and supporters of these AG and FFA students is work together to support the students by being positive and supporting. Cooperate with the investigators and follow the rules and schedules set up for the farm. And at a later date, staff will be contacting parents to set up a time for a meeting to discuss further. It will not be put on the agenda until the investigation is concluded. You are welcome to come to any board meeting to staff further concerns, and we will make sure that at least, can't be any more than 2 board members. We'll try to, 1 to 2 board members will attend the meeting between staff and parents. And we thank all of you for coming out tonight. We understand your concerns, and we are striving to get this taken care of and finished so that everything can get back to what everyone expects from the Ag Department. Thank you for coming out tonight. All right, next we'll move on to the action session and approve routine action items by consent. Oh, thank you. Administrative reports and written communications will be first. The review of the tentative schedule for the 2015-2016 awards and graduation. Mr. Dabrowski.
Okay, you have it in your documents, the tentative schedule for the awards and graduations for your information.
Item B is to accept the initial bargaining proposal from CSEA 392. Mrs. Elzig.
Thank you. The board will have reviewed in closed session the bargaining proposal from CSEA 392 for negotiations with the district. This proposal will be publicized at this time to permit public verbal comments in the verbal hearing session at the regular board meeting on April 4th, 2016. Information only.
Thank you. Are there any other administrative reports or written communications?
There are none.
Thank you. Now we will move on to item A, approve routine action items by consent.
Move for approval.
Have a motion by Mr. Garcia, a second by Mrs. Char to approve routine action items A 1 through 36. Call for the vote. Linda, are you having problems? Try refreshing. Refresh up at the.
Okay.
Yep. Motion passes 5-0. Item B is to certify the 2015-2016 second interim financial report. Mrs. Ford.
In December, the board certified the district's first interim financial report. Tonight, administration is requesting the board certify the second interim financial report. The second interim report is brought to the board at this time each year, outlining any changes that we've had since the first interim. This report provides the board and the Riverside County Office of Education with information on the financial condition of the district. As with our first interim report, the second interim report will be submitted as a positive certification. And I know there's a lot of papers in that report, and I'm sure you looked through them all diligently, but I'll just highlight a few of the areas. Since the first interim report, we were notified of a slight increase in the gap funding percentage and the unduplicated pupil percentage, which equated to an increase in unrestricted revenue of $437,259. However, we are also showing, and you'll see in the annotation, we're showing $1 million that is being deferred into 16-17 for Title I. That's typically for those activities that happen between the end of our fiscal year and the beginning of the federal fiscal year, or the end of the federal fiscal year, I should say. Under the unrestricted expenditures, we had a decrease in personnel due to vacancies and increases in supplies and services, primarily for one-time purchases. And restricted expenditures increased for personnel needs, but decreased in the area of supplies and services. So the net increase in expenditures was $754,488. We continue to maintain the required 3% reserve, as well as additional set aside for LCFF reserve. And in the multi-year projection, you'll see that our assumptions include declining enrollment of 50 students in 2015-16, and we are projecting flat enrollment for the 2 out years. The unduplicated pupil count in the out years is based on a rolling average, and that just will kick in next year. It's a 3-year rolling average, so it was 80%, 80.08%, and 80.28%. This percentage will be recalculated each year because it will be based on our number of low-income English learners and foster youth. The LCFF gap funding percentage follows the governor's current proposal of 49.08% for 2016-17, and an increase from 35.5, which is an increase from 35.5%, which we had at the first interim. And then the Department of Finance's recommendation of 45.34% for the 17-18 year. Wages are budgeted flat with only step and column movement included in the multi-year projections. And the projected rate increase for STRS and PERS is budgeted in the current and the 2 out years. The one-time outstanding mandate claims and educator effectiveness grant is included in 2015 and 16, or 2015-16. You'll notice in the 2015-16, we are deficit spending. We have more expenditures than revenue. However, much of this is due to carryover revenue that we had from 14-15 and will be expended this year. In 2016-17, we anticipate our revenue will exceed expenditures by $518,000. It should be noted while the gap percentage is currently estimated to be 49.08% for 16-17, due to the accelerated gap closure, that's actually a significant amount less than we received in 15-16. We received roughly $22 million in 15-16, and we'll be receiving $9.2 million in increased funding under LCFF for 16-17, as indicated by the governor's proposal. And again, that can change if there's a change with the May revise. Administration recommends the board certify that the district will be able to meet its financial obligation for all 3 years. So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Chard, second by Mr. Garcia. Questions or comments? Call for the vote, please. Okay, it just came up. Motion passed 5-0.
Don't go away.
Item C is adopt resolution number 2016-41. Oh,
There's 2 votes on the.
okay, the next vote on item B is to certify that the district will be able to maintain a balanced budget in the other funds. Need a motion for that.
Make motion. Second.
Motion by Mr. Mendez, second by Mr. Garcia. Call for any questions or comments? Call for the vote, please. Motion passes 5-0. Item C, adopt resolution number 2016-41, the resolution for expenditure of excess funds. Mrs. Ford.
Since the first interim report, the district has monitored changes in revenue and expenditures. Adjusting the revenue side of the budget requires that the board adopt a resolution for expenditures for excess funds. Administration recommends the board adopt resolution number 2016/41, resolution for expenditure of excess funds.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Mendez, a second by Ms. Chard. Mrs. Ford, since the excess funds is kind of a misnomer, could you explain what that is?
Excess funds are just the funds that we have to move from one fund, basically one fund to another. So it's not excess funds. It's not surplus funds, just so you know. Want to make sure that everybody is aware of that. That's actual funds that are included in our general fund information.
Thank you. And we have a motion and a second. Call for the vote, please. Motion passes 5-0. Item D, award contract for the building manufacturer services for JUSD Parent Center. Mr. Hanson.
Administration recommends that we pull this item off the agenda this evening.
Thank you. Do we have a consensus to pull item D? All right, item D will be pulled. Move on to item E, award contract for building manufacturers. Item E is to award the contract for building manufacturer services for Sunny Slope Elementary School two-story modular building project. Mr. Hanson.
Administration recommends the board award a contract in the amount of $2,132 or $132,041.80 to Silver Creek Industries for manufacturing a two-story modular classroom and a modular restroom facility at Sunny Slope Elementary. This amount includes items specified in the Silver Creek Industry proposal as well as a 5% contingency. And the pricing is based on the Chula Vista Elementary School District piggyback bid number 14/15-3. And administration this evening recommends that the board award this contract in the amount of $2,132,041.80 to Silver Creek Industries for manufacturing a two-story modular classroom building and a modular restroom facility at Sunny Slope Elementary.
Move for approval.
Have a motion by Mr. Mendez.
Second.
A second by Mr. Garcia. Any questions or comments? Call for the vote, please. Motion passes 5-0. Item F is to award the contract for building manufacturer services for Patriot High School field restroom project. Mr. Hanson.
Yes, administration recommends the board award a contract in the amount of $229,774.65 to Silver Creek Industries for manufacturing a modular restroom and concession facility for Patriot High School athletic fields. The amount includes the items specified in the Silver Creek Industries proposal, as well as a 5% contingency. And the pricing, again, is based on the Chula Vista Elementary School District piggyback bid 14/15-3. Administration recommends this evening that the board award the contract in the amount of $229,774.65 to Silver Creek Industries for manufacturing a modular restroom and concession building for the athletic field area of Patriot High School.
I move.
Motion by Mrs. Char.
Second.
Second by Mr. Mendez. Any questions or comments? Call for the vote, please. Motion passes 5-0. Item G, award contract for Chromebook RFP to SigmaNet Incorporated. Mrs. Ford.
The district solicited proposals through a competitive request for proposal process. 3 proposals were received. Of the 3, the lowest price bidder did not meet the parameters of the RFP by specifying an HP Chromebooks with no touchscreens. The RFP specifically called out the district standard Dell Chromebook 11 touchscreen. Therefore, administration is recommending to award a contract to SigmaNet for the configuration and delivery of approximately 14,160 Chromebooks. At this time, I'd like to ask the board if they have any concerns regarding not awarding to the lowest bidder.
Any concerns? No, there are no concerns.
Thank you. Administration recommends the board waive any minor irregularities or informalities in the proposals and award a contract to SigmaNet Incorporated for the purchase, configuration, and delivery of approximately 14,160 Chromebooks in the amount of $5,105,274.72.
Make motion for approval.
Motion by Mr. Mendez. Second by Mrs. Johnston. Questions or comments? Call for the vote, please. Oh, Mr. Mendez.
Just a question to confirm. In other words, the bidding process for this followed the typical regulations and policies they would have to submit as bids, correct?
That's correct, and we actually didn't even have to go out to bid for this particular item. We could have piggybacked off the CMAS and the NASPO contracts that are statewide contracts, but by going out to bid, we actually saved the district about $200,000.
Thank you.
Thank you, and call for the bid, or call for the vote. Motion passes 5-0. Item H, approve instructional materials for adoption. Mr. Dabrowski.
Thank you. As you recall, at the February 16th meeting, the board approved for review the textbooks listed below. They were displayed from February 17th through March 4th at the Education Center, the Rubidoux Public Library, and the Glen Avon Public Library. These are the integrated math 1, 2, and 3 Common Core textbooks, as well as literature and introduction to fiction, poetry, drama, and writing. And you'll notice under the integrated math, a 3-year payment schedule, and the reason for that is because next year we will begin with only integrated math 1, and then the following year those students will take integrated math 2, and then so on for integrated math 3. So we won't purchase the next set of textbooks until we need them the following year. So we recommend approval of and adoption of these textbooks.
Motion to approve.
Second. Motion by Ms. Chard, second by Mrs. Johnston. Questions or comments? Call for the vote, please. Motion passes 5-0. Item I, adopt resolution number 2016-42, the resolution approving a sole source contract for power distribution and mechanical system with American Power Conversion or an authorized reseller and installer. Mrs. Ford.
As the board is aware, we are in the planning stages for the new district data center to improve the speed and reliability of the district's infrastructure. Due to the highly specialized nature of the power distribution system and mechanical systems that will be part of the data center, this resolution will authorize district administration to use a sole source to procure and install the system. The APC power distribution mechanical system provides a unique feature set to meet the district's requirements. It also is compatible with what we currently have in our data center, so we're able to move many of those items over. And it will provide a stable and reliable power system to keep the network and server equipment running properly. A copy of the resolution is included in your backup materials. Administration recommends the board adopt resolution number 2016/42, resolution approving a sole source contract for power distribution and mechanical system with American Power Conversion, otherwise known as APC, or an authorized reseller and installer.
Mayor to approve. Motion by Ms. Johnston. Second by Ms. Chard. Questions or comments? Call for the vote, please. Motion passes 5-0. Item J, adopt resolution number 2016-43, a resolution to provide informal bidding procedures under the Uniform Public Construction Cost Accounting Act, Section 22,000 of the Public Contract Code. Mrs. Ford.
Public project contracts that exceed $15,000 in cost are required to be awarded by the district through the formal bidding process. However, another option exists for award of public projects by public agencies for expenditures up to $175,000. Public Contract Code Section 22001 provides for the development of cost accounting standards and an alternative method for the bidding of public projects called the California Uniform Public Contract, or California Uniform Public Construction Cost Accounting Act, also known as CUPCA, or sometimes they call it Cupcake. Participation in this program provides the district with a choice to go through or not to go through the formal bidding process for contracts up to $175,000. Under this program, the district benefits through the streamlining of the bid process for relatively small and uncomplicated projects. And we've had this. It's very difficult to have a public works or public project that is not over $15,000. And so typically they're very small, quick projects, but it takes us quite a length of time to go through the bidding process. It also is costly to do so. A copy of the resolution is included in the backup materials. This time, administration recommends the board adopt resolution number 2016/43, resolution to provide informal bidding procedures under the Uniform Public Construction Cost Accounting Act of the Public Contract Code.
Move for approval, and I have a question.
Motion by Mr. Mendez, second by Ms. Johnston. Mr. Mendez.
Just clarification again, this streamlines the process, which makes it less time consuming and much quicker to accomplish. Did you also mention there was cost savings as well too?
When we go through when we go through the typical formal process, we have to get formal specifications, we have to advertise those specifications, we have to send out notifications of that, and we have to advertise in a certain length of time. Mr. Lewis knows all those timelines, but and we have to wait so many days. So those costs could be eliminated by not having to go through that entire process. Also, it's many times, the projects that we're trying to do that are those very small projects need to be done quickly, and we have at minimum of 45 days before we can even get a project, get the bids back for a project. So this just helps us streamline that process. But we have the option to, if we feel that there is something that would be better off for us to bid, just like we did with the Chromebooks, then we will make a determination that we would rather bid that project. So we have the option under this to either bid it or through a formal process, or to bid it or put it out through a more informal process.
So there's multiple benefits to this.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Mrs. Johnston.
I'm sorry,
That's okay.
But however, since I've been called on, well, we have a lot of projects coming up with rehabilitation of schools and maintenance and rehabs and things. So the more difficult the process, the longer, even a week can make it, stretch it out so far. And I would like to see them done as quickly as we can do them without compromising safety or cost, of course. But we have so many needs and we need to get them done. Thank you.
And this doesn't mean that the district will just start doing things. It means we don't have to go through the bid process. We'll still have to come before the board before the items are done, but it'll streamline getting to the board so that it can proceed.
Right, we would still have any of the items that we do would be on an agreement page, so you would have those on an agreement page or contract page, so you would see those. This is just saying that we're not going to have to go through that formal bid process for some of those projects. And it's only the public works projects.
Right.
Madam President?
Yes.
I would also see that this would come in handy in some instances possibly where it would be, say, less disruption at a school site, something needed to be taken care of in a rather expedient manner, or disruption in any kind of services that the district would be providing to the sites or to other departments or anything, I think, of that nature. So I can see where, and then we still have the option again that if something that's a concern, then we can also always go back to the regular process.
Exactly. This could be something like fencing that we need, we need to put some fencing up right away. I mean, even a small amount of fencing can be over $15,000. So that would be something, and then we could use this and not have to go through that formal bidding process and wait that 45 days.
Just one last one. And as always, of course, the board would receive regular information and reports in terms of the expenditures that would take under this kind of a process. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. If there's no more questions, we'll call for the vote. Motion passes 5-0. Item K is board member comments and committee reports. Mr. Garcia, we'll start with you tonight.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank all the speakers today for taking the time to come out, especially the students, and just want you to know that we do listen to all the comments, and I think
president here has a statement pretty much kind of covers where we're at for now. So, but thank you all for coming out and supporting that program. I want to congratulate the appointees today, Ms. Markham, Mr. Rogers, and Ms. Krause. Congratulations to them. I think they're probably all gone by now, but just wanted to congratulate them. And also our one of our student board members, McKenna Fawcett, for her acceptance into BYU. And also, she was at the Lions Club Speakers Contest a couple of weeks ago. She was a runner-up, but she did really well. And Jurupa Valley High School had a student that won the contest there at the Lions Club. She's a sophomore. Her name is Brenda Cisneros, and she also won the zone contest this past week, and she's headed off to the regional tournament. It's a real good program the Lions Club does every year, and we wish Brenda the best of luck as she moves on. And Mr. Steve May, I'd really like to congratulate him for his award. 30 years as a volunteer for the science fair. That's amazing. So thank you. This past week has been the past couple of weeks have been pretty busy. Read Across America. We all participated. Most of us, I think, could. Mission Bell. Van Buren also, I think a lot of us and a lot of administrators also participated with Ms. Jessica Smith in her classroom. And Career Day. Last week I had the opportunity to participate in Career Day at Miraloma Middle School. I want to thank Mr. Human for inviting me again this year. I always feel like I would appreciate teachers a lot more when I have to stand in front of them for 30 minutes. And 15 minutes, I'm done. But luckily, they have teachers that help us out. So, and next week here at Patriot High School is another Career Day. So I'll be participating in that. I guess it's just want the punishment to keep coming. One thing that was on the consent items that I just kind of wanted to congratulate Mr. Hansen on was item 35. Looks like it came in $9,000 less. It looked like there was even a deductive change order, which I don't know if I've ever even heard of that. But congratulations on you and your team.
Let's just chalk it up while we can.
For the good work there. And tomorrow, I think several of us, maybe all of us, will be going to the Inland Empire Code Consortium Partnership in Riverside, which is a really good program for coding for children. Really, I think females, probably young girls. So we'll get to see what that's all about. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Chard.
Well, thank you, Mr. Garcia. I think you touched on a lot of things, so I won't repeat them. We've had a long meeting tonight. But I did want to bring up some of the things that I've attended. I did attend the district science fair, not as a judge this year, because I had 2 granddaughters in there and I did not want to be put in a position. But I was able to help Mr. Duchamp pass out the certificates that night, and it was amazing. Some of the projects, the title of the project, I had to go back and look to see what it was, because it was so long and interesting. Next year I think I might judge. So I can see what some of these are and hear from some of the 6th graders and the high school students what they're doing. And it's a good chance for them to learn how to speak in front of people. I know one of my granddaughters was a 6th grader this year, and she had to speak. And she said 3 judges came and talked to me. So it gives them a good opportunity to learn to speak in front of people and understand the project also. Really understand what's going on. I also participated in the Read Across America, but I went a little further than Mr. Garcia. I dressed up as the Cat in the Hat. And I had to go warn Mr. Duchamp that one of his board members was being posted on Facebook, and it was me. It actually was me, but no one really knew it unless they put my name there. But I enjoyed it. I was invited to a Mission Bell and enjoyed the 2 classes that were there. I got a very nice letter back from one of the students who was my escort. He was very quiet, very shy, and he talked very, very slowly, and I told him at the end, may I offer you some advice? I said, you need to talk a little louder and speak a little more firmly. You were a very good speaker, and you knew what you were saying, but you were very quiet. And he wrote me a nice letter back and said, I promise to do that next time. If I ever get to escort you, or if I get to confuse anyone. I also, I just want to say that I am concerned about the ag situation, and we've made our statement. And I hope that we can help these parents quickly and soon on these students, because I don't want to see them lose anything or miss out on anything at all. And we all need to just try and offer our help wherever we can. Thank you. Oh, and I'm attending you tomorrow also. I'm very excited about this program that we're getting to join in with the other school districts. Thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Johnston?
I have a couple of few things, but the ag program sort of, all of the comments sort of overwhelmed me tonight. I wish that parents would console their kids to tell them that things are going to be okay, and then call the school and find out how they can help. In the meantime, and it's a very difficult situation for everybody, but I'm confident that we will continue to have a program, we know that, and that it will be better. And everyone will have what they need. And we just have to have the faith that we can make it better and everything will be okay. And that actually is the parents' job, to help young people get through these kinds of things. And of course they're upset also, adults are also upset, but they can call and visit another adult at the school and ask how they can assist. And I feel bad for everybody in the program. I have some kids that I help support with their feed, and I'm very proud of what they do. I had one of my father's brothers was a dairy farmer, and one of his sons started his own herd. And so, I've seen what 4-H and FFA can do, and actually, build young people right into a career. And so, that's all I'm going to say about that. I supported Jurupa Valley High. I had 3 kids go through that school, and I want to support, we should all support the new principal and vice principal there. I think they're wonderful people and they want to do well, and they have a lot of energy. We should support and ask them what we can do for them. Also, I did go to their parent and student night a couple of weeks ago, and they have kids looking at the sheet and considering their pathways, their career pathways. And Felipe Orozco was there with his unveiling of his painting. It was awesome. It's in the office and it's gorgeous. And also, I attended a parent meeting for the Lila Leadership Camp kids, and I enjoyed that very much. Got to see the parents, told them how awesome their kids were, and I also wanted to tell parents how much their kids respected them, because I don't think parents hear that and sometimes don't think that. But they actually loved their parents very much, and they understood how hard they worked for them. And I also have visited our 3 high schools with an essay contest that is sort of like a scholarship, because their first, this is for our high school seniors, to do an essay contest. It's through my committee with the bus service, transit, advocate for transit. And so we devised a contest where the first prize is $300, the second prize is $200. We wanted students to look at using the bus and what are the benefits for students like RCC, UCR, and Norfolk College within our area here. And so we are waiting to see if we receive some entries by April 15th. And that's all I have right now. So thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mendez?
I'm just glad to be back. It's been good to be back at the session here this evening. I'm glad that I was able to be here. I want to congratulate all the honorees, including our student science fair winners. Those teachers that will be representing us at the county level, I look forward to their recognition at the event that's coming up, I believe, in May, is it? Or later this month sometime. No, actually it's in April. And I too agree with that there's a tremendous value in the Ag program work for the students as well as the community. And it's something that, as was outlined by our president, will be definitely looked at, and some solutions will come about as soon as it's feasible. Thank you.
Thank you. And last week, Read Across America and Dr. Seuss's birthday were a great time to go out to the schools, read to several of the classes at both Mission, Bell, and Van Buren. We enjoyed that. Want to remind everyone that tomorrow is the blood drive at Jurupa Valley High School, and congratulate their new ASB board. For Rubidoux, congratulations to the boys and girls soccer, boys basketball, and boys and girls wrestling. And congratulations for the state place, 7th place for the girls wrestling. For Teachers of the Year, I want to congratulate all of them, and to those going on to state or to county, wish them the best of luck towards going on to represent us at state. And congratulations to all the best of the best for January and February. The science fair winners, congratulations and best of luck to those moving on to county. And to Mr. Atkins, Ms. Least, and Ms. Biggs, congratulations for being honored by your staffs and by the district as Teachers of the Year for elementary, middle, and high school. And lastly, I want to thank those students, parents, and alumni and other supporters from the community that came out to talk to us tonight about how they feel about the FFA and what they are going through as we all strive to understand what is going on with the program, their FFA. Thank you for staying tonight. And with that, we will adjourn.